You guys hear me? No sound, you said. Well, I wasn't talking. Can you guys hear me? Okay, how's it just came on? That's weird. Stop. Is it loud? Is it loud? Okay, how is the sound? Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. All right. So here's what I think. It's not too loud. It's good. It's fine now. Not loud. Okay. So, new microphone, very expensive. But I'm not sure if it's worth it. I'm not sure if it's worth the sound. So I was going to voiceovers. Why is it red? Why is it changing colors? Why are you doing that? Um, okay, and then my husband got yuck. Um, my husband got a new camera, but I do not like how it makes me look. Like where's the camera that makes me look 20? Where's that? What's happening here? Um, so I think yay for microphone, boo for camera quality. Um, if you find it, let us know. Thanks, Jerry. So, hi you guys. I wanted to see if my equipment would work. This camera's giving lots of light. So that's the ring light behind me. Um, I wish there was a filter option. I don't wish there was a filter option. I am trying to choose um not to filter myself because I think it would screw me up mentally. See, look, I can dim it a little bit. I thought maybe the quality of the camera was a little bit bad because it was too dark in here, but maybe that's not correct. And thank you, Tammy. I am so clueless on equipment, but I'm trying to learn because I'm gonna YouTube. I'm gonna be real. Like I'm going to be a real YouTuber. I did a couple things to YouTube, like to be grown up. And one of those things was I opened a business bank account, but then I also started doing QuickBooks. Okay, if anybody is a bookkeeper or a QuickBooksy person or something like that. So what I did was I put in my stuff in my QuickBooks and it also linked to my business bank account that has an opening balance and then all of my AdSense payments, but the opening balance came from my AdSense payments. So I have like that entered twice. How do I go back and be like, "No, no, no, that starting balance came from previous payments." Like, how do I do that? Thank you. You haven't seen a shot where I look bad? I love that. Um, okay, one downside to this, I think instead of doing it on my camera, I'm on my computer, is the distance between chat and you. I feel like it's significant. Like, I'm constantly looking down. I need to figure out how to get chat. How do people do that? How do YouTubers do that? How do people do that? Um, so yeah, okay. Also, I want a desk that doesn't jiggle like this every time I accidentally touch it. That would be glorious. Um, oh, last thing, I need different names for the accounts on QuickBooks. I can try that. Thank you, Jerry. Okay, I can try to do that on the QuickBooks. I just like it says invoices like payments from AdSense, but I just somehow I double dipped and I need to figure out how to undouble dip that. Ranha Power Up. Hi, I love watching your cleaning videos. I only watched them from yesterday. Could you do one of those Christmas where you do take out a lot of trash from the house by tidying and cleaning? That's inevitable. That's yeah. If you look back, I have one of me doing exactly that, but Yeah, we make a ton of trash on Christmas. That's just how we go. Although the kids are getting older, so it's like less presents, but more larger big ticket items. Although I did tell all my kids this year that we were going to change it up and only Mark and I were going to get gifts and they get to watch us open them for Christmas. And I think that's going to be really fun. And also traumatize them a little bit. Like I need to traumatize them. Hey, how's Maine? Is it beautiful and amazing? Um, your teen said son said he wanted cash. Feels accurate. I'm telling you, okay, maybe I hate this one because instead of chat coming up, and me really looking at it, instead I really see myself and then chat over here, and that's kind of awkward. Trauma teaches humility, exactly. Okay. So sorry, you guys, I really just wanted to come on and see if this worked, see how this works, see if I even like it. I wish I could connect this microphone into my camera and just do it that way. That sounds insane. Um, and I definitely want to sneeze. I want to sneeze so badly. Yeah. What else? What else is new, you guys? What's going on? I heard a squeaky toy. That means Leroy's very excited about his life. He found something. You love the ones that have 2 hours of video more? No, no, those are horrible. Those are extremely difficult to make, extraordinarily difficult to make. So we'll see. Thank you. How are you, Leslie? You brought a Christmas cow at Home Depot? Okay, one thing I wish is that I could respond to you guys with gifts, like GIFs, GIFs, whatever you guys say, in the chat. And I also wish you guys could send me pictures quickly so I could see that. Crystal's listening but driving. Good job, sweetheart. Also, terrible job, sweetheart, for texting. Don't do that. You're a terrible person. Um, so yeah, I lost all my train of thought by that. I wish you guys could send me pictures of things quickly. Like, I do have an Instagram, but, like, I want you guys to be able to pop them up right now so I can see it. Tammy, I stressed out all the carbs yesterday. Now your blood sugar is high. Yes, I had, crazy dreams last night, but beauty came to see me in my dreams. So I firmly believe that when we pass on, we can come visit our loved ones in our dreams and just, like, pop in from time to time. And so we wait patiently for that, and I love it when it happens, and Beauty definitely came to me in my dream last night, and so that was really nice to see her. She was just like, "Hey, no worries, love you," and wandered off. Cleocatra, Sunflower has decided to live in a paper bag in the living room. I bet that's so crinkly. Um, yeah, so I love that. It was so sweet. I love it when it happens. I especially love it when they are very long past. Like, my grandparents passed when I was just leaving high school. And so it's been so long that when they pop in sometimes, I'm like, thank you. I thought you were just like distracted in heaven and forgot I existed. Like, just show up more often." And so, hi, Christina. Hi, you guys. Ew, you got your wisdom teeth removed today? Wait, a wisdom tooth. So not all of them? I remember when when I did that. I did that also in high school. They removed them and yuck. You forgot that she's in there and she'll move and you'll have a slight heart attack, right? They're so funny like that. Um, okay, if I wiggle this, does it make noise? I feel like I shouldn't do that. Um, it got darker outside. What's happening? Isn't it an eclipse? Because I don't need an eclipse today. Jen, you just got here. I am trying out new equipment. I have a camera, web camera. It's supposed to be better than the one I have on my actual camera, but I on my my laptop, but I don't think it works. This microphone is awesome. It makes me super Unmute. Hold on. You can hear me. You can hear me. I know you can hear me. Okay, hold on. Ready? Watch. Okay, I guess I shouldn't like Did you hear me say when I said that you guys couldn't hear me? So, okay, so now we've learned something new. We learned that if I double tap right here, mute, not mute, mute, not mute. Um, this is why we don't really live stream when we're trying to figure things out. This is not a live stream, you guys. This is a tech stream. Uh, YouTube wouldn't let you chat, Don. That's because I blocked you. Now I have to go back through and block you again. How did you bypass? Um, yeah, so I guess it will come in handy, as long as I don't keep tapping it. I wonder how sensitive it is. Okay, so it's not even a double tap, you guys. It's just a one. Very, very cool. Um, I did vote. I am a down ballot voter, right? So like what I do at top, I just carry all the way through. So, luckily when I got in there, I wrote my name in for president, vice president, secretary of state, I think the AG for Georgia, I could probably do that. Do you have to be a lawyer to be the AG? Because it is elected. So I feel like I could just be it, and I watch so much LawTube. I could probably just pass the bar, like, if push comes to shove, give me a weekend, and I could probably study and pass the bar. So, thanks, Joanna, I love that. Um, so it's so tempting to tap this. Um, you guys know the movie Catch Me If You Can, where Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks? That doesn't seem right. But, lost my train of thought. Okay, so he was like a pilot and would cash checks. He was just a really, really good con artist, a really amazing scammer to the point when the FBI finally caught him, he just started working for the FBI on how to catch con artists. And one of the things that he did was became a lawyer. And they were like, "How did you cheat? How did you scam it? How'd you scam it?" He's like, "Actually, I just studied really hard that weekend and passed." And that gave me that level of delusion where I was like, "Oh, I could probably pass the bar exam if I had a solid weekend." The level of confidence I have in myself is unnecessary. It should not have happened to anyone, but I genuinely feel like maybe I could. You just have to remember stuff for a short period of time, brain dump it. It's not like I'm gonna practice unless I need to. Um, if you guys need representation, just let me know. I'll get one of the books and read it and just recall information. It's terrible. Okay, Kim Kardashian study level. New topic, not just how could I be a really good lawyer. New topic that I have been super obsessed with lately, which feeds into the I'm backwards. Okay, there we go. Um, which feeds into my delusion. Also, I don't have ADHD, but I do need to pivot really quickly. I want you guys to let me know if you guys get ads popping up during the live stream and what's that like. Um, how did you get in here? Somebody's in here that shouldn't be. I could be Judge Farrell. I put myself in for judge as well. We had a couple. And then I think on the Georgia ballot, it was like, do you want to give more money to, yes, ads are paid in the butt, Pamela? You guys let me know if it's crazy. Oh, your husband's in here? That's funny and cute. Okay, so here's my new obsession. And I'm so sorry if you guys did this. Yes, okay. Hold on. Jerry, no yachts. Okay, he's supposed to be working. Scammer. I think that's fine. Don't even get a job. If your job requires you to not watch my live stream, quit. I think that's important. Settings. Here we go. Okay, you guys, we're just okay. Let's you had to watch a couple before it would let you in. Don't mind if it helps you out. I just wanna see what it's like because I have 2 YouTubes. I have my YouTube that we all see, and thanks, Billied, and I like to go on my other YouTube channel, one, to watch myself back and give myself credit. I used to watch I would like and watch my entire stream. I wouldn't leave myself a comment, but I really wanted to for the algorithms where I'm like, "Look, somebody loves me so much that they'll watch it within the first 10 seconds and the whole video algorithm. Like, look." And I know for a fact they must know that it's both me, but what if it doesn't? Um, and so now I'm using that one that doesn't have premium, and I'm trying to go through people's live streams to see if it's real because YouTube is pushing it super hard. And often YouTube is great at knowing limits and like not being crazy about it. So I'm like, okay, let me try. The other thing it's trying really hard is to get me to live stream on my phone, which I always do. And you would think it would know that. But it's like, do vertical live stream, do a vertical live stream. Like it super wants us to do it. And I think it's because it's trying to compete with TikTok and um anyone else who live streams just from their phone. I think it's trying to dominate that space, so it's constantly asking me to try to do that. It's just interesting the things that YouTube sends me and tries to get me to figure out on the back end, so I'm like, "I will try it once, and if it is horrible and ruins people's lives, no, I'm not gonna do it, that's stupid." Um, okay, YouTube is bossy, and it's, like, really weird. Um But I love it, but it comes up with different ideas, and I'm like, "Okay, should I do this?" Oh, my leg fell asleep. Save me, Tom Cruise. Save me, Oprah. And I hate you guys. Good, I didn't hate you guys the whole last Christina, almost all of my I got scared that I muted myself. Almost all of my live streams are vertical because I do them on my phone until just recently because 'cause I'm figuring this out. Okay, clearly I don't have ADHD. Let's go back. So, the thing that I'm watching a lot recently, have you guys been following one, how fillers do not dissolve and like they migrate and grow? And like people who are like, oh no, they just dissolve after time. Like they're doing MRI scans of people's faces and there's just like a ton of fillers just like bloating up in their faces. That one. And it's crazy, and I'm watching it a lot because, like, Kylie Jenner from the Kardashians, she looks so old, and she's very young, early 20s, and, like, it's aging, and then they had that one, like, the British reality show, Love Island or something, where, like, all of the women looked super old because the fillers and the lip and it was crazy, and the next thing I'm looking at is, because they're buddies, please tell me if you can hear me breathing a lot, by the way, and is the Botox. If you get it done, especially from a young age, because it freezes your muscles and you don't use your muscles, the muscles atrophy and, like, not dissipate, but they, like, weaken and atrophy, and you get different wrinkles because your muscles stop working correctly. So insane. Sean the Gleeman, as for weird mobile games, that's on you, dude. They pick the ads onto you, but how is it too many? Um, so we'll just have to see if this is really annoying, let me know. I will turn them off. Just the one so far? Okay, babe. Um, look at me getting emails like you wouldn't believe. Um, I can't mute that. I'm not gonna mute it. Um, so you guys just let me know. And if this is like crappy, I will fix it. It's not like get so much. It's like a few dollars off of live streams, but I was like, "Okay, well, maybe it changed to let me see," but it's not super much. No filters, just red light devices. I want a red light thing. You usually get more ads on your phone versus watching on your TV? That's crazy. Um, Jerry, I would never get Botox for that reason. It's too much upkeep and creepy. Did you make some notes of what you're going to say during live streams? No. I Nope. Mm-mm. I knew I was gonna come on live stream 5 seconds before I came in and live streamed. I never know. I just sometimes throughout my day, I'm like, "Oh, that reminds me. I want to." Oh my god, that reminds me. I wanna tell you guys a story. It's horrible. It's so horrifying and not related to anything, but I was like, "Yes, I'm going to tell that story, and then I'll probably do it in my next voiceover because I just need to know." Gimme cuddles. This is required. Cuddle me now. Okay. So, um, as we can all tell, I'm very low maintenance and I don't worry about things that are very unlikely to happen. I'm very stable and my hair cut came off my hand. I'm just really reasonable, I would say, in general. I am not one for dramatics or caring, right? So I found an optometrist I love, and he is such a tolerant man. So when I come in, like the one previously, I was worried like maybe worms were behind my eyes and burrowing backwards and going to eat my brain. So I needed to know, hey, are there worms back there? You have to tell me. You have to look and tell me. And he's really calm. He was like, "Nope, no worms today. Look." And he showed me the picture of like the back of my eyeball and showed me where the worms weren't. And I was like, "Great. I love that." This time when we went, I decided that maybe I do have like intense glaucoma and I was moments away from my eyeball exploding. And I was like, "Okay, do we think my eyeball's gonna explode?" Like I wrote down the numbers from the puffer and I looked them up and I'm very uncomfortable. Like it was fine. I was like, this eye kind of hurts after I decided maybe I had glaucoma 3 seconds ago. And now I need to know if my eye's gonna explode. And he was really kind about it. And he's like, listen, your eyeball's not gonna explode and it's typically not painful and you're fine. Stop being like that. And then we explained like eye fluids and stuff. We talked about that, right? So, this guy, I was like, also, way to pick the grossest body to focus on. Like, ew, why didn't you pick something normal like skin? Like, why weren't you a dermatologist or something better than eye doctor? Because yuck, right? I also wanted to know if he had to dissect eyeballs. And he said, cows, yes, but there was already a pre dissected human one that they looked through, but they didn't necessarily cut them open. And he was trying to reassure me that it wasn't the grossest career choice that he could have ever made. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Hi, Pam. You know, I guess it's not that gross because like eyeballs aren't just like popping out." And he's like, "Actually," and I was like, "Shut up. Why would you say actually after I said the weird comments about eyeballs coming out? Like, why did you say actually?" And apparently a few years prior in a different office, you know how some people have more buggy eyes than others? It's a condition, but their eyeballs are significantly buggier. Um, so she was practicing putting in a contact. And you know when you put in contacts, you open your eyes and it popped out. And I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you have to pop it back in?" And he goes, "Not pop." And I was like, "Huh?" Like, I have goosebumps. He goes, "I had to massage it back in, like, it resisted." How awful. How Oh my god. And so now I can't stop thinking about that, and I'm never going to put contacts in my eyes again. I wouldn't because I have an astigmatism anyways, and they hurt, but, like, could you imagine? He's like like, you're just like his so she did it, and, like, the tech had to come and be like, "Oh my god." And I popped out, "Hurry!" So, like, he had to scuttle over. It's not like he was there and saw it happen. He just had to go into the experience, and I was just like, "Okay." Like, yuck. And then what? Like, and then what happens? Do you have to go to the doctor? Which is so demeaning to ask him because he is the doctor. He is the eye doctor. But you're, like, in a strip mall, and I could get, like, a crumble cookie next door. I don't feel like that's valid medical care. I need to go where, you can get a crappy pre-wrapped sandwich in the lobby and, like, a baby welcome to the earth plus also a sympathy card right next to it. Like, that's the kind of crappy environment I need to be to trust my medical doctors. I cannot go, "Nope." So, yeah. Yeah, it does. It seems like 911, but he is the dude for the job. Like, it's him. That's who you go to, and he's an amazing guy. But, nope. One of my dear friends, he's also her eye doctor, and her husband got a piece of metal or a piece of glass. Nope. It's even worse. It was like a straight weed, like a part of weed, and it went not weed, like, we're in Georgia, it was a regular unwanted plant in his eye, and it was a big deal. They were pretty sure he was gonna lose his eye, but they went and were getting drops and stuff like that, and then that not optometrist gave him his personal cell and was like, "Text me," and at one point, like, on a Sunday, they were like, "We definitely need help," and so he went and opened up his office to help just to try, and they managed to keep his eye, so that's amazing. And that see, Jerry? No, I don't plan what I'm going to say because now I was talking about equipment problems and now we're discussing eyeballs coming out. So yay. Ooh, somebody said Mickey Morrison, ouch. Gonna scroll up and see what Becky said. Okay, this does not scroll. Okay, it scrolls a tiny bit. Becky, have you seen Dr. Pimple Popper? Yep. I would love to be a dermatologist, but I don't think they'll let me study over the weekend and take a test for dermatology like lawyer. I would do it. I would pop pimples all day long. I want that in my life. She got a toenail in her eye when trimming. Ick. Yuck. Spontaneous is your jam. Gotta go run into a meeting. Have fun, sweetie. Um, Sunflower hates Sean. You guys, if you're gonna divorce, could you let me know? I need to document it for the algorithm. That would be great. Becky, no, I'm talking about the bulbous weird growths on skin. Right, which ones? There are so many. Meg, I just saw the ew that I thought of people that lick eyeballs for a living. That is not a thing. That is not a thing. You're horrifying. Don't say stuff. Mute. Who can time out Meg? Me. I have histoplasmosis in my eye. Do you know if you get injection straight in the eyeball, ugh, and it doesn't pop like a balloon? Gross. It's a thing. I've had 4. Yuck. Evidently, this is my life now. Your life is awful, Leslie. Yuck. Gross. Do you see the needle coming at you? Mm-mm. No, thank you. Ugh. And I even got LASIK, and I thought that was really disgusting too. I hated it. Um, it is a hung. Typo. Really gross one. But what about eyeball tattoos? Right? Yuck. Let's not do that. I once cut my eye with cardboard pizza box wood and folding it closed. Penny, blocked. Okay, we're gonna ban everybody now. We send isolated eyeball injuries out to eye doctors. So maybe not at a strip mall though. Um, Most hospitals around here don't have that service in-house. I imagine it doesn't. Like, I feel like that's the dude for it, and so lucky that she was in his office, but, like, I don't know. I just like, for a while when I lived in North Dakota, the VA was in a mall, and I was like, "I just don't feel like it's adequate medical care." Like, you can't just be in the mall. I don't wanna come to the doctor for numerous reasons and then go to Abercrombie& and Fitch. Like, I don't want to be able to do that. I don't want it to be a one-stop shop. Um, so my heart has been feeling pretty good. I've had a few flutters here and there. Heard nothing from the VA. Nothing about going. So, fingers crossed it holds out until they get around to asking me to go to cardiology. Ugh. Yes, please like the live stream for the algorithm. Um, it's easier to put on the contact on, I bet. Yep. Call them again. So it's I have to call a separate person called like the community outreach people. And I do. I need to get that number and I need to go back to the VA and reschedule an appointment because when my car broke down, I had to cancel a checkup with them. So that sucked. But I'm going to I wonder if you can say this online. What we call her, my husband and I both refer to her as the sex Sherpa because not only is she a sex therapist, but she is our hormonal health doctor, like both of ours. So she sees him for various different things and me for my perimenopause symptoms and stuff like that. And it's so interesting. She's amazing. I love her, but she is so hilariously sex positive that one day in one of our meetings when we were talking, she misspoke one word on accident, which I do all the time. And she corrected it right away. And she was just like, interesting time to get an ad. Um, and so she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep. I'm sorry." And I was like, "Yeah, I get it." She goes, "Yeah, I got a new boyfriend." And I was like, "Sorry you're not sleeping that much." And it was really, really funny. Hold on one second, okay? Wipe my nose because I'm classy. Um, the bedroom is like the last room that my allergies really kick up, and I think I'm gonna have to move the bed and get the rest of Beauty's hair out from underneath my bed because that's the only time it flares up now. But the bed is heavy, and so I won't. I'll just move. Did I get a referral to the local cardiologist from the VA? That's what we're waiting on, Tracy. Um, we we are waiting for the VA to contact community to contact me to ask me if I actually indeed want that. And then they contact a cardiologist who will accept me. I am going to the dermatologist soon, and that took a reasonably short amount of time to get into dermatology, just because I'm freckly and really pale skinned, and I should go to dermatology all the time. But it takes so long. Spin the camera around. I want to see if it's messy. It is. Oh, it's messy. I haven't made my bed. Um, no, I am not vaping. Oh, I couldn't. Nope. Yay, Crystal. I'm so glad you're home. I don't smoke. I barely drink. I just square. I'm a square. Um, so who is she is? She is what? Skin cancer is no joke. They couldn't get all yours. Oh, I hate that, Meg. I work at a pediatric adult congenital cardiology office doing authorizations. It's very hard to work with a VA. I imagine they pay you 14 cents. I bet you're like, hey, that was worth $2,000. And I bet the VA is like 10 bucks, 10 bucks and a handshake. So from my ER visit, they billed the VA and the VA gave me um the, their statement. Like I got a statement back and it was like a lot of money, and the VA gave him, it was a couple $1,000s, and the VA is like, "We paid him $600." And I can't decide if I'm waiting for a new statement from the hospital to be like, "You owe the balance," or if the hospital's like, wish we got more money." I don't know which way it's gonna go. I just feel like it's gonna take a really long time before I figure it out. It's okay if you don't smoke and drink, more money to spend on yourself, right? Living the big life. Um Go get checked out, woman. My heart or my skin? I'm trying, Meg. You would think the VA pays for everything. They did pay for all of the twins' birth. That was over $300,000 and they paid for it all. But for the longest time, we fought them because they were like, we're not paying for this C section and this NICU stay. And we were like, but you kind of have to. They're like, we already paid for it. We're like, okay, but there were 2 babies that came out. They're like, "No, we already paid for that one." And we're like, "No, 2 babies. 2 babies came out and everybody bills you twice." You get billed for 2 separate of everything, even though the doctor's only digging in your guts one time, charge for 2 surgeries. Anesthesiologist, 2 anesthesiologies. Everything is twice. Every ultrasound you get, it's 2 ultrasounds. Everything that you do is doubled. Um, and so they were in the NICU times 2 only for 5 days. And this was in, San Francisco. So, crazy. But yeah, it was crazy. And then also, when I went into the VA to confirm my pregnancy the first time, it was the first time really that I had been to a doctor's office since getting out of the military. And so they needed to verify that I was pregnant so that I could get all my prenatal care and everything like that, right? So I go in and the nurse is like, "Here," and hands me the urine cup for the urinalysis. And because I was in the army, I was like, "Okay, who's gonna watch me? Like, who's gonna watch me?" They're like, "What?" I was like, "Who's going to watch me pee?" Like, so you guys know for a fact it's my urine. Like, who wants to see it leave from the source? Anyone? Any takers? And they're like, We don't need that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Just checking, but the offer stands if anybody has a burning desire." And that's when I learned that you don't have to like, people just trust that it's your urine and not you wandering around with somebody else's urine. Scam-free OB appointments, I guess. Your son hated that job in the army? I never actually had to observe people, but, like, after a while, you get super fine with it. Like, peeing in front of somebody actively observing you and, like, showering in front of all of your friends, like, this is normal, like, everybody showers. They must have and Crystal, like, I had to go back and be like, "Listen, it's because I had a top secret clearance and I was tested all the time, has nothing to I am not on probation, no drugs, like, I just this was my normal for a good reason, not a crazy reason, like an Olympian." Do I see aliens right now? Probably not. I feel like aliens are a nighttime thing. Oh, with the top secret, that makes more sense, Becky. That was not my, you know, zone. Um, Giving birth is almost free in Austria. True. The hospital bills, even for singletons, are confusing. It is so crazy. Okay, last time you watch on your phone, you can't see chat every time the ad runs. Is that true, you guys? Is it like completely blocking up all of chat? Um, Thank you so much for reading the comments. I feel seen. I'm trying so hard. Luckily, I love that we're catching it like now and it's a very paced chat. Um, yeah, sunflowers only had one. Nobody knows what's wrong with you. Sunflower plus Sean, are you guys in the same building, like same house, working from home? Um, you almost missed me again, Julie. I try to time it to when you're busy so I can dip out and like no Julies. I'm just kidding. I love Julies. I don't like Megs, but Julies are good. Pam, did you see my comments about how you're ruining my life emoji wise? Did you see that last time I brought it up? Meg hasn't seen an ad yet, and it might just be Sean's phone. Sean, that sucks. Um, you're disabled and in the living room, and he's about 20 feet away in the office. Anything you could throw at him, like an apple or a brick or something for fun? I'm just kidding, Sean. I love you. Um, oh, okay. So Pam, California animal lover, 1961. I'll tell all of you guys because there's more people in here than just Pam, and nobody even likes Pam. Have you guys seen the skit where the husband, like, pulls up in a car and he's like, "Hey, honey," to his wife, "Hey, Steve," to the dude, and then like, "Hey, Pam," and the wife's like, "No, no, hey, Pam, we hate Pam," and he goes, "Oh, eat a Pam," and it was really funny. So Pam and I were saying that back and forth to each other, so it moved my eggplant emoji very, very forward in my recently used emojis, and so then after my dog passed, people were giving me my condolences, and I was like, "Thank you so much, eggplant, eggplant," and then, like, have to go back and delete those so I could put my hearts, and sometimes I just, like, I was on a roll, and so I would hit, like, heart, broken heart, eggplant emoji, and every time I'm like, "Pam, Damn it, Pam. And so I loved it because it was a little bit of joy and funniness while, like, also sad, because it's heartbreaking. And then, just a little bit of sexual harassment sprinkled in there. Beauty was the HR rep, and she was absolutely bullcrap at it. So that, it works. That works. They are so inappropriate. Lizzie, your American experiences are crazy. You're in Canada. You don't have to pay to give birth. Although maybe we should and people might think twice. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Sucks that you're a Liz and we're mortal enemies. Um, and that you're Canadian. Wow. If you were like Meg Liz from Canada, I would have to suit up and we would fight. You're both. Um, thank you so much, sweetheart. What is the story behind my channel name? So, yes, and Crystal, the one good mod, not ruining things like Canada, Meg. So, the reason for my channel name is my husband and I were discussing for a while ago. Um, he's like, "Have you heard of Tradwives?" And I had just watched like a couple different things about like the toxic trend of Tradwives and stuff like that. And it was like a slur, And so I thought he was being rude. And, I was like, rude, jerk." And then, like, the more I was saying how it didn't apply to me, it totally applied to me. And then we've always had a joke our whole marriage about how I am very and my kids are very feral, and my private Instagram has the word feral in it. And so my husband was like, "Oh my god, you should make your YouTube channel Feral Trad Wife." And I was just like, it's the greatest thing I've ever heard. It's just so funny because both Feral and Tradwife are like kind of trendy, and Tradwife is mostly controversial. So you get both very supportive and also rage clicks. And Trad is support for traditional. You're right. So it's traditional, like value marriages where the wife stays home and cleans, cooks, raises the kids, Um, those things. But like when we were having the conversation, I had just finished homeschooling the kids and I was rendering lard in the kitchen barefoot. And I was like, there might be something that I cannot defend myself against. So let's not give the heavy too much credit. Exactly. Don't want him to get a big head. One per marriage is enough. Who has the big head? I don't understand what you're implying, Crystal. Um, but would you fight in those big sumo suits? 100%, Brett. That sounds amazing. I feel like we should. Everybody should. I think war would be a little bit funnier and a lot more fun if it was sumo suit wars. There's nothing wrong with it, and I love it so much. And one of my daughters is very excited to grow up to be a wife and a mother, and my other daughter is like, I just refuse to grow up. Like she made a pact with Satan, I guess, and she will never get older. So when Mac told you about your channel, I had to go into his video notes to make sure I heard him right. I like Mac. He's so funny. I would never tell him I like him. He's such a butthead. I know he's busy, and so this is a safe zone for us. He's not gonna dive bomb in. Um, but yeah, I think he's pretty incredible. Oh, my nose is running. You love the channel name? Thank you so much. Your husband calls him your feral try wife. Oh my god. I'm gonna sue you for trademark. Get your husband in this chat right now. And then somebody I give me a weekend for a lawyer. Um And then we'll reconvene on this lawsuit after the weekend. No, Pamela, you can't tell Mac I like him. You just say he hurt his back. To feral Mimi, that would be really cute, Leslie. You're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, and we will call it Former Empty Nester. Youngest son moved back home, and you have your oldest dog son for a year, and you'll have your daughter's two cats. That's crazy. I'm not going to sneeze. I will be back momentarily. Listen, I am jammed into the corner here, and it has nothing to do with me. It's hard to get out. It's hard. That's why I struggled so badly. Um, no running amok, Crystal. Beth sneezing is a whole adventure. I blow my nose so loudly, so loud. It's like one of those that if we were in public, you would stop and look and be like, "Oh my god." And so I have to mute and like I try not to do it, but I will apologize to people. I will announce and apologize. I will be like, "Excuse me, I really need to blow my nose and it is very loud. Please. It will be over shortly. Everybody cover your ears. It is not an attack. It is not a bombing. It is not thunderclaps. It's just me with allergies." And so that's fun. Um, I always say you go home when someone sneezes. We yell at each other. We don't really say bless you very often in this family. We yell at each other. We like are like, "Do you are you not getting enough attention? Do you have to sneeze right now?" We like to say, "You're so annoying." We very rarely say kind things when people sneeze. So you yell at Sean to stop before he sneezes. I do too. I love that. But I get super mad if people steal my sneezes. Like if I'm getting close to sneezing and somebody's like, "Oh, bless you," and it goes away, rage. But I will try to steal people's sneezes. Who came over there? Is that Skidoo? Keshadoodle? Okay, so your mom took you to the ENT because you blew your nose loud, honking, wondering if it was wrong. Was it? I just keep saying, I'm like, that's how you get everything out. Like, you have to aggressively blow your nose so that, you empty your sinuses. Once a year, that's funny, sunflower. You can only stumble amok, Leslie. Okay. Thunderclaps. That's my name when I became a great grandma. Me, Ma Thunderclaps. I love that. What, Calvin? Thank you for telling me. I can sew the foot of your costume later. Hi. Right. I told you that that was kind of a concern. If you wore it outside, it was going to definitely tear. You knew because I told you that. But I'm live streaming. Could we discuss your costume later, or do you want me to sew it right now? Okay, thank you. I love you. I am just a little bit. It's not really a live stream. It's not a real live stream. Sew it now. My sewing kit's in my bathroom, so I could, but you'd have to take it off. How many times in a row do you sneeze? 3 for you, and at least 1 gets stolen, pure rage. It's anywhere between 3 and 10. It's awful. Um, I know, he really wants me to. And we had the discussion. I was like, "Listen, if you wear that without shoes on the street, you are going to rip a hole straight into that bad boy." But it's one of those costumes where, like, it's red boots and then a yellow costume. Um, I don't know who he is. It's something obscure that I've never heard of. And he's like, "Well, I can't wear shoes." And then he wanted to wear shoes under it. And I was like, "We're gonna ruin it." Um, and guess who was right? Me. Last time you sneezed, you herniated a disc and you had to start physical therapy. Leslie, oh my God. Once I sneezed and I gave birth to premature twins, but like, oh, and I did get surgery for that because that's how they got out. So one upped. Suck it, Leslie. My story's worse. Um, my kids and I used to say what whenever we burped. That's funny. So Beauty was a very gassy dog. So gassy, right? And so my husband would love to wait till and very loud, very long, very prestigious, like, oh, I hit. Okay. Just right. And after she would do that, my husband would always be like, "Oh, did you say something?" I was always so mad at him. And he would just say it all the time. "Excuse me, what'd you say?" I'm like, "You suck." So, if loudness of the sneeze is how feral I am the feralist. Audio record, drop it in Discord. I need to hear it. That is how they got out. Your son's dog is also gassy. She farts and then looks at her, but then gets up and moves away, right? It's so funny. Like, and I'd always hate it when, like, Leroy's like, "What was that?" And he'd go investigate. We're like, "You know what it is. Don't investigate, Leroy." Yuck. So, not just how gassy she was, but also how much she snored and how often she wanted to move. So, after Beauty passed, like, the silence in my room was so overwhelmingly loud, I had to turn on my white noise machine just really loudly to, like, pretend because I used to try to drown her out, but this one I was, like, r cranking it up so it felt like I was drowning her out. It was just so quiet. It's been really, really quiet without her. I didn't realize how much noise she made, and it was all of the noise all of the time, and it was crazy. Um, so yeah, that part sucks. I don't miss the smell at all. Um, Rachel to Billy. You also sneeze 3 times in a row once a day. That's it? Hi, honey. How are you, sweetie? I that would be one of my genie wishes. If you got 3 wishes, one of mine would be sneeze far less. I would like to have Rachel Stewart's sneezing patterns, please. And he'd be like, "Oh, super specific, but okay." And I would say, "Thank you." Because I don't ever not want to sneeze again. Because if I never sneeze again, then who's going to wet my pants? Um, so yeah, I think once a day would be great. Bye, Tracy. Love you. This is top fight content. What are you guys fighting about? Which dog has the loudest nails on the floor? Beauty. 1,000% Beauty. Um, and I bet you I could get my floor resurfaced now. There's so many, like, cause she would dig her toes and try to stand up and she sucked at it. And so yeah, she was so loud. Um, you had the same problem sleeping after your last divorce, but maybe your next divorce will be easier for you. Um, to Leslie. All right. Are you sneezing less without her hair flowing around? So much less, Anne. And it's love and sad. Bye, Dawn. Have fun at your appointment. I hope you're getting your hormones tested like I am later. Crystal, you've just been listening with your jaw dropped. Why? What's wrong? What did I say? I didn't say anything too controversial, did I? Just like a light eyeball story coming out. At least we're not discussing how much cardio I would need to do before stabbing somebody, which was in the last live. Um, Sorry, I'm not catching up. I'm just trying to I can't figure out what did I say, Mary? What is so shocking? Um, I don't know, maybe I could be a controversial YouTuber. We're in the Winnipeg, Manitoba, and you love your videos immensely. Thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. I always wonder when it's like Kyle, is it like Kyle or Kyle's wife on Kyle's thing? I'm always like, okay, because I have almost none. That's not English. I have very few men who watch my videos, and I'm always really super interested if the people commenting, if they are men, um, because I think that's fun and interesting and good. And I'm thirsty, not that thirsty. I'm water thirsty. Okay. What are the over unders on my husband having to go quell riots tonight? If he has to go, let's pretend like crazy things happen and he has to go for a long time. What animal should I adopt without telling him and gaslight him into thinking we already had when he gets home? I was sex worker therapist, not sex worker therapist. She's not a sex worker therapist. She's a sex therapist. Like she therapists people. Um, like she's really interesting. So like one of the things she said for this whole therapy thing, which we're not seeing her for therapy, she just like sprinkles it in sometimes, where she's like, listen, when your kids are about the age of my kids, so teens, when you're out of the slog, hi Andy, when you're out of the slog of parenting, you can either stay partners with your spouse and like parents, partners, and you're just managing life, or you can go back into I have to switch hands, couples, and clearly you can parent as a couple, but like you have to refocus your intents in your relationship to dating and intimacy and going back to being you guys, not just parents. I found that to be really interesting. Um, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, yes. Share your today's vote. I wrote my name in, Christina, like I do every year. Write my name in and then I fill it in down ballot. Eventually, I will get one of the positions. There's got to be somebody running unopposed for something and nobody likes them. So nobody votes for him. And then I write my name in and boom, I am the county commissioner. And then from there, claw my way to the top. Then I'm president. First thing as president, I'm going to do is abolish the presidency, elect myself supreme ruler, and dominate. So that's my 5-year plan. Um, let's see. Hi, Tanya. Please never stop being myself. Um, you're not alone in the housekeeping struggles. It sucks. I'm telling you, it's not great out there. I'm probably going to film, edit, upload Wednesday. Maybe I'll drop it on Friday, but oh my God, I have to go film the pre-film for my friend's house today and then start working on that. I am this close to my very first sponsorship. Very excited about that. Um, and the really cool thing about getting your first sponsorship, like getting that locked in, is I now know what my rate is. Where before you're like, $7, $13,000, 49 cents, $100, like, where is it? You never know. And so you try to look it up online and there are no actual answers. So you're just like, what do I do? How much do I ask? Are they offering reasonable? Like, which do we do? And so when you finally get that first yes, you're like, at least it's this, like baseline, my bottom yes from now on is this number. And I love that. Um, and it's cleaning products, which really works well. It's not like a diamond tear up, which by the way, I would do. I would do a diamond tear up and then I'd wear it everywhere. So, um, Sean hasn't watched any of my videos. He just likes to listen to me talk about them a lot. I love Sean, get in there. Start from the beginning, work your way through. You better do it. Support your wife. Watch all of my videos several times. Um, let's see. Leslie, why are you dropping so many geckos? Is there a gecko near me? Did one get in the house? Oh, because I was asking what kind of pet to get. We have so many outside. It wouldn't be interesting. There are so many geckos all over the place and lizards and all that. Miniature cow. That's a good idea, Tanya. Not only is the silent Billied says, not only is the silence deafening, but there's a tangible, weird, empty physical space. Yes, because I was talking about that yesterday. Sorry, I'll finish. Any big dog, but it's different with enormous dog. Yes, there is so much area that she's not filling right now. And her dog bed was really, really large. And she would we'd have the dog bed in my room and then she wouldn't lay on it. So that's double the space. And neither of those things are in my room now. So there is a lot of very noticeable empty space. Am I meeting up with Mac? I hope to pretty soon, actually. He's doing a big project right now and not responding to my text messages. So I'll probably go up there and light his house on fire pretty soon if he doesn't respond. Supreme leader is not a lofty goal. How dare you? Hold on. I accidentally scrolled up too far. Joanna, you're going to go in the gulag soon. Oh no, dominate. We already have someone running for ruler. Um, Meg says move to Canada, take over the leader role. I'm going to that's so 5-year plan, supreme leader, and then I will take over our hat, Canada, and then we will get the polar bears on our side. I think that they would be important. My foot fell asleep again. Didn't learn that lesson last time, and that is what we're going to do. The bathroom is collapsing. It's all collapsing right now. Um, Sponsored by Breathe Right Chips. Oh my god, I would love that. Thank God it's not Raycon. I feel like they must give so much money because everybody does their sponsorship. I bet you it's like one of those can't really say no to it. I did tell, Temu because they're very controversial. I was like, 5 grand. I'll do it for 5 grand, and they never wrote me back. But I was like, 5 grand would be hilarious. I would love that much money, and I will sell out for $5,000. Like that, I've decided is my sellout price point. Beth for president. Thank you, Kyle. Um, ooh, God, when I scroll, it hardcore scrolls. Um, Pam, you've been watching from the beginning, but you just like didn't comment because you started commenting in the recent memories. So how dare you? Potbelly pig. That's a good idea. Fitting and homemaking. She has a squatty potty. I do. Squatty potties are amazing. Everybody needs a squatty potty. That I will have them in every bathroom at the White House. You have insomnia. Sunflower, stop doing that. Okay. So I watched, doesn't matter, a trick on how to fall asleep quickly. And you need to do this and then tell me if it works. You need to think of a word like cuddle, and then you go cuddle, C, California, U, utter, D, donuts, D, doghouse, L, light bulb, E, electricity. And like, so you just, it's random. You have to fill out random ones. And then you pick another word like electricity. I'm going to sneeze again. And apparently that mimics your brain, like right before you fall asleep, the random shuffling of thoughts. And then your brain's like, oh, I guess we're shutting down for the night. And then you fall asleep. I won't do it because that sounds terrifying. Oh, baby donkey. I love that. All right. Yes, Canada's our hat. You guys, like, what do you guys call us? Like your t-shirt? Penny wants me to go to North Dakota. I'm gonna go to North Dakota soon. I can feel it in my bones. I need to go up there again. Lizzie, you saw a polar bear in the wild. That is terrifying. I can't believe you survived that. Bernedoodles are incredible. No shedding, no allergies. That's a good choice, Mary. I want a scary looking dog if my husband's not going to be home a lot. Rachel says, Anne, I know, but she says she doesn't. Doesn't what? Timu, stop being cheap. Pay me. Pay me, Timu. Um, Squatty potties are so amazing. Everybody needs one. Hi, Care. Midwest Magic Cleaning sent you. I'm sorry you had to see his videos first. Gross. Oh, babe, I'm so sorry. The first one you saw was Beauty Passing. Thank you so much for staying on. That had to be like a bummer for you. It was a bummer for me. Sneezing limit reached maximum for the day. No, I sneeze all the time. It's because I'm in this room. It's really actually, I'm a struggle busing. Um, Beth, that doesn't work when you have ADHD. That's so true. Like I would go on such a wild tangent. If you hadn't, if you haven't gifted your friends a squatty potty, are you really friends? No. Hey, getting tidier. How are you? Um, I'm so negative. Every letter would be sarcastic. Mine, like, I tried it one time and it went because electricity seems to be my E. And then I'm like, electricity. And then I start going down, like, what would it be like to be electrified? And then I start thinking about executions and then, like, how would I feel if I was on death row? And it goes really dark really fast. And I start freaking myself out. And then I have to get out of bed and do yoga until I calm down. And by yoga, I mean, stretching that I think maybe I saw on a yoga, like, ad. I'm like, "Yeah, that seems like something they do, triangles." And then I do that until I can come back to bed, calm down a little bit. What is a squatty potty? If you look at any of my bathroom cleans, it's the little steps, the stool, don't step on it, it'll collapse, that's in front of my toilet. So when you sit on the potty and you put your feet up a little bit higher, it puts your body at a better, more ergonomical uh, position to go to the bathroom. I've heard. I am a lady. I have never actually gone to the potty, um, as I am a lady. You haven't seen our upstairs, and she says she doesn't have an upstairs. We don't talk about the upstairs. I will be up there very soon to clean it because, it's November, December, and that's when advertisers pay a bajillion dollars for your videos, and I was like, "Yeah, let's get a good area that will get high interest, and then I'll have enough money for my tiara." It is not a step up. If you step on it, well, some are solid, but, it's literally to rest your feet. It's not a step or anything like that, like, sit and then rest your feet. Thank you, Crystal, for throwing Getting Tidier. She, has a channel, and she's English, and so her accent's way better than mine. Meg being vulgar, she is not a Tradwife. Autocorrect in here is serious. It is. Um, Bye, Tanya. Have a good one, my love. Sorry you have to go back to work. It brings your knees up so you're in a squatty position. It's better for you. Good morning, Amy. Is it an American thing? Probably. But in Asia, they do have like squatting potties where you squat over because it's better for you. I saw them in a bathport. Okay, I'm trying to say the word airport and then the room that toilets are in. Bathroom. Oh my god. I just need more coffee or I'm having a stroke. Everybody just like watch me for signs. Um and so I opened up the stall and it's just like a strip on the floor and I was like I am not prepared for this. I'm not sure how to do this and I am not confident. And so luckily the next stall over had a western toilet and I was like, "Yes, solid. Thank you Jesus." And that was the potty I used. If I were to use the potty, but I don't because I'm a lady, that would have been the one I used. It was just crazy, like and I'm really good at squatting, if I could brag. I've never bragged, I'm very humble. Um, just humble over here. I'm a good squatter, but I don't oh my god, I am not in Kentucky. I told everybody this was a safe space because you were busy and you wouldn't be in here. Nobody say hi to Mac. Um, Hey, Julie, how are you? Sorry that you caught the pooping talk, but we did talk about eyeballs popping out earlier. Go back. It was thrilling. Mac, I texted you and you didn't text me back. So I don't love you anymore. You're the worst. Yeah, you're the worst. So, and we're not talking about sex workers, Meg. You're talking about sex workers. I'm talking about sex therapists. They're very different things. You just really want to talk about, okay, bye, Becky. um, The holes in the ground are so tricky, and most disappeared from Europe. Now, I didn't realize that you guys had a lot of the holes instead of actual toilets. How did we get here, guys? Why are we talking about pooping? Yuck. Pamela to the gulags. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. So, okay. Thank you for finally responding. Um, Hold on, now I gotta read what you said. Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, that's what I thought. Um, don't sub to Mac. Everybody, he's gonna ruin my life. Actually, he's gonna get the million. You should. There's no way that you wouldn't have already known of Mac if you're here. But if you haven't, go over there and sub to him. He's gonna get to 1 million subs. And I'm really excited because I'm going to hack his account. I've heard that you can send like bogus click links and then so I'm going to open up a new email account, put in my bogus click link. He's going to click it. I'm going to dive over. I'm going to steal all of it and I am going to turn his channel into a Swifties fan page and not Taylor Swift Swifties fan page, but the creepy monster heads that my kids make. It's going to be amazing. No, I'm going to do it. You're going to click the link. I'm going to steal it. Amy, he did? I love that. He's so good. Very classic Beth live stream. You think we were a bunch of boys talking about poop and farts? I know. We're classy ladies in here. What's happening? Oh, Mac, look, I got a new microphone. Um, he subbed. You subbed because he was recommended on an SB mowing video. Oh, that's awesome. Um, will I ever do a collaboration with him? Yes, I will. Um, he will come down here and help me with my garage, and then I'm gonna go up there and I don't know, probably try to stick a gator in his house somewhere and see if the gator will fight his moose, see who wins. Probably the gator, I think. Moose will defend Mac. I will have gators. Um, I know, look, I'm doing amazing things. I really like this mic. Now that we figured out I can accidentally mute it, I do think the moose would win. I feel like the moose would definitely win because they would just have to stomp on the gator a little bit. It's gotta be hard to really take down a moose with just biting its ankles. I mean, you could bite off a leg, but I don't know. They are super dangerous and they're enormous. Um, or I'm thinking of elk. Maybe I've never seen a moose in real life, but I've seen elk and those things are terrifying. I am the biggest influencer. Look at me, Crystal. Your collab would break YouTube. It would be so funny. One that I thought was hilarious, somebody said that Mac should, have me do a voiceover of what I think he's doing on one of his videos. It would be so funny. Um, a moose comes near you, it's not getting slapped. I bet you would cuddle it. I bet you secretly cuddle moose. I think that's what you do with your spare time. You go find them and you guys snuggle. I know it. You're wearing Mac's Moose t-shirt right now, Lizzie. I love that. You're worried you were going to meet one last year in Florida? I'm always worried about it. I constantly think one is in my backyard all of the time. Um, and they're not. They're usually in the front of my house. So I don't know why that makes it better. But like backyard is creepy and rude, but front yard, reasonable, social. It's coming and it's calling on me. It's like, hey, checking in. Like, that's fine. You've never seen a moose, but they look cute. Pam has his Suck It t-shirt. And you glad you don't have moose or bears, just spiders? And then the audacity to drop the Australian flag, like you guys have critters that are not the worst. Just bold choices. Bold choices, Amy. Nobody wants to go to Australia because your wildlife is terrifying. If the koala aren't giving you chlamydia, the kangaroos are punching you in the face. That's terrifying. Good afternoon, Cindy. Um, have you ever been close to a gator? Not so close that I thought it was going to bite me. Usually they're lazy and like sunbathing, they're not trying to eat you. And I don't stick my hands in the water. Like I never put my hands or feet in the water. If they're sunbathing, they genuinely don't care that you're there because they are think they're better than us. And so we're not their predator. They're just like, hey, I'm not going to eat you. And that's nice. Bye, Brenda. You have to go vote. Write my name in, top down. Just write my name in as much as you can. I'm going to get elected one of these days. Have a terrible day, Mike. I hope you're miserable. Um, Teenage moose look like they have a bone through their head. That's crazy. I'm gonna Google that. Um, so back to filling a dumpster. Oh my goodness. I hope you're having fun, like you're getting good stuff done. You've already left. It doesn't matter. Good. Now that he's gone, we can talk crap about him again. Doesn't Australia also have those big blackbirds that dive bomb people and peck them in the head? Oh my God, is that true? Please confirm. I took a video, you guys. There were about 70, not exaggerating. I'll try to drop it as a short if I can. They were either falcons or they were buzzards. They were so high up, I couldn't tell exactly what they were, flying over the top of my house. It was wild. I'll put it up on my Instagram. It was horrifying. Like, what are they doing? I was convinced that somebody murdered somebody over Halloween and dumped it in the field behind my house, and they were just going to eat it, but I haven't seen them since. So, magpies. I'm okay, Cindy. How are you? Okay. Eyeball looking good. Mag. Okay, so I have to go see my hormone replacement therapist. You found it gross, Meg. Ew, and then you dropped the link? Everybody block Meg, she's the worst. I'm not gonna look at that video. What a terrible thing to say to me. Actually, will you just text it to me because I have a hard time pulling it up after the live ends? Will you just send it to me, my love? Okay, so I'm gonna go see how my hormones are doing, and the Falcons formed an alliance to fight back, and probably get more progesterone. We'll see. Maybe we'll get like crazy and throw a little estrogen in there. Maybe some testosterone, maybe a lot of testosterone. Maybe I'll lift weights. Maybe I'll become an Olympic boxer. Who knows what's going to happen next? Could be anything. But well, I love me cuz I'm awesome and I can't wait to see you guys. No, just kidding. I love you guys so much. I hope we have beautiful days and sorry I shook the screen again. And I am going to not use this camera again, but I will use the mic again. I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. I have no idea how to end a live. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Now that I'm ready, from the top, I hope everybody has a beautiful day. I love you. I'm so glad we spent time together today. Oh, you guys are nonsense. All right. Bye, sweethearts.